Well, the race for the White House heating up as three key swing states shows new polls with Donald Trump leading Hillary Clinton, particularly the crucial state you're looking right there, Ohio. A major must-win. He's at 43. She's at 39. Also in Florida, another must-win for Donald Trump, the Republican nominee, slightly ahead of his rival, perhaps in statistical margin of error, 47 to 44. In Nevada, where Bill Clinton happened to be campaigning today, Trump and Hillary Clinton are in a near-dead heat at 44 to 42%. Keep in mind, Trump was trailing Clinton in all three of these states just a few weeks ago. So what do these numbers tell us about the state of the race? Joining me now, Gina Loudon, Ford O'Connell, and Pete Snyder. Pete, let me start with you. It's obvious we know momentum, right? There's momentum in business, there's momentum in politics, and all the win is in the sails of Donald Trump right now.
Amen to that, Charles. He's got the big mo, without a doubt. And, you know, also the American people just simply don't trust Hillary Clinton. I mean, it's not like Donald Trump has had an amazing past couple weeks. He's stepped in it left and right, but the American people know Hillary Clinton, and they just don't trust her. America's ready for a change, and it's looking like it's going to head Donald Trump's way.
Well, you know, Ford, Donald Trump also had momentum after the GOP convention, and in fact, taking a slight lead for a moment, and then it sort of faded away. Yeah, these polls taken during that whole weekend crisis, 9/11, that kind of thing, I don't think Donald Trump's going to rest on his laurels, but they still could change, couldn't they?
Well, absolutely they could. This race likely could very well be a nail-biter. Let's be clear. The polls are tightening. There's an enthusiasm gap in favor of Trump, but Clinton is still leading the Electoral College. Under no circumstances can Donald Trump become the 45th president of the United States if he does not win Florida and Ohio. So this is a good sign. And the add-in with Nevada gives him more permutations and combinations to hit 270 electoral votes. The biggest concern for Trump right now is the electoral map. The biggest concern for Hillary Clinton is turnout, and that's why I like these polls, because the enthusiasm gap shows Trump has the big mo.
Right, and that's always reflected, Gina, when you look at registered voters versus likely voters. No matter who the polling organization is, likely voters, those people who are eager to get out there, the advantage always distinctively goes to Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's exactly why the enthusiasm gap matters so much and plays to Trump's favor. But it's also why the moves he's made in the last couple of days, Charles, it seems like every time Hillary Clinton gets out of bed, the polls tighten and Donald Trump begins to emerge the winner. And with the ways that he has now decided to start cutting into what is traditionally a Democrat base, when he's already beating her in states that traditionally Republicans haven't done well in. And I think you'll start to see his numbers with women move up. His numbers with minorities, I believe, are already moving up in states where they haven't in numbers. They never have for Republicans. I think that there's a lot to be afraid of if I were a Democrat right now.
Well, to Gina's point, let me throw this in, Charles. I think that if Trump really wants to get to 270 votes, it's why we saw the child care policy. He really has to cut in with affluent, suburban, white, college-educated voters, particularly married women. If he does this, I really, really like his chances. But right now, a lot hinges on the debate, because we're going to have 100 million people tuning in.
Right.
And for 40 million people, it's going to be the first perception they have of either candidate. And if Donald Trump can show confidence, he's going to have even more momentum.
You know, Pete, Gina talked about Hillary staying in bed, but it's pretty clear she can't win this through abstinence, right? She took off August and she's missed most of September. You know, the campaign is like, we got to get you out there no matter what. So shore it up. What do you think she's going to do to try to regain some of this lost momentum?
Well, Charles, I got to tell you, the best thing that she could possibly do is stay on bed rest. I mean, the American people simply don't
Really?
like her. They'd rather have Barack Obama out there. They'd rather have the big dog Bill Clinton out there. I mean, the more you know of Hillary Clinton, the less you like her. So, actually, I don't think it's a bad strategy at all.
Well, Gina, with Ford just...
And there are three debates.
Yeah, there are three debates, and the first one is...
have Obama do one, Clinton do the other. She's going to do better that way.
And then Biden can do the third, right? I mean, listen, believe me, if the rules allowed it, I know Hillary would not have any problem with it. She'd just stand next to them and smile. But the rules don't allow that. Who's the onus on now? A lot of folks have talked about the bar being low for that commander-in-chief forum. But now that Donald Trump is really performing very well, he's staying on message, and he's looking a lot more presidential, Gina. Does this also mean that the bar is a little higher for him going into those debates? In other words, before they were just saying Donald Trump just had to be cordial, but does he have to sort of knock it out of the park now?
I think you make a good point, Charles. I think he needs to be very aware, because I think everything in Hillary's entire preparation is going to be to try to tempt Donald Trump to go off of his game. But I think he's shown that he's very well disciplined. If you watched the comments from Bill Clinton night before last trying to excuse Hillary's illness, then Hillary trying to cover up again for Bill, and them using the words more, fewer, frequent, less. It was a complete mess. So when you get her off prompter, as she will have to be at least somewhat for these debates, I think she could be looking at disaster. Also, I think her confidence is probably down right now, if I were to guess psychologically. So I think that she could be in trouble at these debates for sure. She might be better just to let somebody else do it for her.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, for her, she can't do that. It kind of reminds me, guys, of when she lost Iowa, and you read about her going back and, again, to your point, Gina, she lost it all. I mean, even though she won the next primary against Barack Obama back in 2008, I think for her it was effectively over. She may be going through a period similar to that right now. All right, guys, thanks a lot. That was a lot of fun.
He's in her head.
Thanks, Charles.
All right,
Thanks,
hey,
Charles.
coming up,
Thanks, Charles.
you don't want to miss